What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Social Primate Podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. For those of you that have been checking out the show for the last couple of weeks, thank you for the support. And for those who are just tuning in for the first time, I also greatly appreciate that you're here. I'm sure you'll find an episode from here till the next 20 that you're going to find and say, this podcast is actually really, really interesting. And I totally said that without any sarcasm. So check it out, and thank you guys for being here. Today, my guest is Mad Macks. He is a hip-hop artist from the LA area, specifically from the east of the river. And, overall, what can I say? He's an extremely humble and great dude all around. I had fun, listening to his conversations of how he got where he is and what the culture of hip-hop is about, in a sense, and where it is now. With that being said, today's music is from Third Person with their self-titled track, Third Person. It's basically a super group where Mad Macks is actually involved. So check it out. Find them on YouTube, Spotify, I'm sure Google Play, or any of the music media places. I'm sure you're going to find this guy's music. Check it out and show some support. And without any much further ado, let the show begin. Oh, and stick around at the end of the episode for the full song. Hope you enjoy.
I meditated, both feet lifted off of the street. We take them to the max before we rock them to sleep. Till the sarcophagus are better, my esophagus weak. Steady stomping on the head of every boss I defeat.
Peak game, holy dang, but our heart things free. Super Kama Sutra when I talk on the beat. Rock 'em, Kama, don't sleep.
Yo, what's up, guys, and welcome back to the Social Primate Podcast. Thank you guys for tuning back in. Today, we're going to have a good one. We're already starting off on the good one. We have the one and only Mad Macks.
Yeah.
What's up, man? Thank you for coming out today.
Hey, thank you for having me. Thank you for this fat-ass joint.
Yep. It's got to do the first plug here. So thank you, Super Audio Network, for the joint of the podcast. Thank you very much. And for those of you just tuning in or just tuning into the video or audio, we have Mad Macks here today. He's a hip-hop artist from the majority of the part is what? Where are you? LA based?
Yeah, mostly on the east side.
All right, cool. Yeah, so I followed probably like the last couple of, I guess, I don't know if you call them singles or albums that you dropped, but I checked it out from through Soul Providers, then Zay, and then from there I just went basically on a rabbit hole down what is EOTR.
Yeah, then that could happen, and it's just especially with YouTube, it's very easy to go down that rabbit hole, man, because you go from, like you said, Soul Providers, and they got a good amount of videos. Then it'll link you to like Zay, because she's featured on a song in a video. You start checking all the shit she has, and then it's like you see me or Mezcal, and it's like, oh, they're on this song, let's see what they got. And it's just it keeps going, it just keeps extending.
And for those who don't know what EOTR is, can you give us a little bit of background? I had probably an episode a while back with that little explanation, but it doesn't hurt it.
Oh yeah, no, most definitely. So EOTR, basically, that is just an acronym for East of the River. It was first an idea formed by Viva Mezcal, who pretty much he's the founder of it. It kind of started more as like a way to label our music and our sound, because it was around, I think, like 2013 when I first started working with Mezcal, and around that time is when it was actually a track with me and the other homie, Don't Sleep. We made a track together, us three, and that was the first official song he ever put the stamp of East of the River on. So from that moment forward, EOTR just started evolving, started growing. I think it really was more like a loose affiliation in the beginning. We just had a lot of people coming through, performing songs, getting on some tracks, and we would throw East of the River on it. But then as the years passed, EOTR really started solidifying itself as a brand, a platform, and now it's pretty much a label, man.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we were talking about a bit earlier today in regards to you guys have the podcast going on. There's this whole group of of a collaboration going on that, again, because of that rabbit hole, everybody's just in the way conjoined into one. and that's awesome, you know, because again, I believe that you guys all offer like different types of styles in regards to how you bring to the what hip hop is, and I think it's fucking cool, man. Which is why you're here.
Yeah, I appreciate it too, because it would, I think, get a little bit overbearing if we all just sounded the fucking same, you know. You hear like, or you see 8 different fools, but then it's like you go to listen to their audio and it's like, well, this sounds like this person. But that's what I really do like about, you know, working with everybody else in the crew. It's because everybody brings their own elements to East of the River, you know what I mean? Whether it be Zay's singing format, hitting with the R&B sound, or even like Soul Providers just coming with like, you know, some dope lyrical fun content, you know, and then you can even go into like Viva Mezcal, you know, when you hear him, you're going to be hearing some shit that's describing the East Side, living in Boyle Heights, you know, really what it's like, not the same story that's usually told about East Siders, you know what I mean? And it's crazy because we're in 2019, damn near 2020, and there's still people around the world who have that perception of us as far as Latinos and who we are, you know what I mean? Because it's crazy, bro. Last year when we went to the Netherlands, there were still people like saying that they never met Mexicans, and their only perception or idea of what a Mexican was what they saw in movies. And you already know how we're portrayed, bro. It's either the fucking drug dealer or the cholo riding the lowrider, or you know what I mean, the fucking fool selling fruit off the freeway, bro. So you know, it's just dope that I feel like we've been shifting the perception slowly, just by making the music we're making, you know.
Yeah, that's good. I think there are a lot of people out there, they have a misconception that when they hear the word hip hop, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but it does carry a heavy, like a heavy connotation to it, you know. It's already associated with trouble in a sense, you know. But you know, before I get into that topic real quick, you as a standalone artist, like how long have you been doing this?
I would say seriously trying to make songs to put out for people to listen to. It's been going on now about, I want to say almost 10 years, because I started like in high school. It was about like my junior year, so it was like 2008 going into 2009, and I started with a homie. We were basically a rap duo. But then around 2013, when I met Mezcal, that same homie just kind of like said he was kind of just done making music. He wanted to go his own route, just continue his life. So it was from that point that I just continued to do solo stuff. So been making music about almost 10 years, but solo since about 2013. And you know, it's been a lot of fun. I really got to give a lot of credit to Mezcal again, because he helped me to really just take the leadership role for myself, you know what I mean, to just be like, I'm a solo artist, that's cool, like I don't need nobody else, you know what I mean. He really guided me, whether or not he knew that, you know what I mean. Just like by me watching him make his moves and interact with people, I picked up a lot of game, you know. And I really utilize a lot of stuff I learned from him now.
That's good. I mean, I feel like sometimes we don't give each other enough credit to kind of, not necessarily, I'm not saying he was like a mentor or anything, but that idea of somebody that's kind of there to help you along the way. Like people think like, I already know how to do it. And sometimes they don't accept the fact that maybe you could use an outsider's perspective.
Nah, definitely, man. Yeah, I think
together.
It's important to ask for help. Because, you know, like you said, it's just sometimes maybe whether it be pride, ego, or simply a person doesn't even know how to ask for help. Whatever it may be, I think that's a really big lesson to be learned in life. It's okay to ask for help. You know, everybody needs some sort of help, or, you know what I mean, some kind of backup at one point or another. Especially with music, man. It's crazy because, I mean, why not soak up some game from somebody who's experienced certain things and maybe help you save some time as far as like how you're gonna roll out your album, or how you're gonna drop a video, what you're gonna include in the music video. There's, you know, little things, and it's just, I think really that's the biggest thing. It's like, it's saving time, because if not, it's like you gotta go trial and error, and you know, if it doesn't work out, it's like, okay, let's get back with the plan. But if you got somebody who's kind of already done that, they can tell you like, look, dude, I kind of tried that and it didn't work out the best it could have. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, props to him, props to Mezcal. He really helped me out.
Sick, man. No, I think that's awesome. Again, I think that's great that you have somebody, or that you guys have had kind of like that path? Because again, I'm sure that whenever he was at that point, there was like struggles for him to see those trial and errors.
Yeah, definitely, man.
I know you guys recently performed in, what was it? You guys went to Europe, right? You went to Europe?
Yeah. It was pretty much the whole crew. We were able to all go out there.
Sick.
Like I mentioned last year, we went to the Netherlands for the first time last year, so that set up connections and the pathway for this year for more of the crew to go. And not only did we go back to the Netherlands as a crew this year, we also went to Paris, France, and Barcelona in Spain, and we got to perform out there. So it was just a very, very, very humbling experience, but also it just really helped to like solidify certain things, I think, within our own mind. Because like Paris, for example, performing out there, it's like these people didn't know what we're saying. Like they could understand English if you have a conversation, a little bit slower paced, but when we're rapping, it's a little bit quicker.
Right.
So the fact they didn't necessarily understand our lyrics, but yet we're having a genuinely good time, like just vibing out because of how it felt. Like, it was a beautiful thing, man. It was dope. They really, really enjoyed us, and you could tell they were very receptive that night.
Right. Yeah, I think music for sure is one of those like international languages. As long as you vibe with it, as long as the beat is good, you feel it, and there's that connection to it.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, so you guys being over there, well, you specifically being over there, like you said last year, people were surprised by the idea of a Latino Hispanic artist going out there and performing. Did you feel like there was more acceptance this time around? You said it's just a year difference, but
yeah, I know. I mean, in a way, yeah. I mean, like, to be honest, dude, when we're in Paris, like, I feel like maybe that's just a thing in Paris.
Yeah.
But like, dude, we were getting stared at, and it wasn't even on like some regular people staring at you. It was kind of like me mugging, so that was a bit of a trip. I didn't know. I'm not saying it was because of anything in particular of what we look like, but it could have been, but then maybe it's also simply that they know we're just not from France. But
for sure.
I mean, I feel like from last year to this year, our culture has been definitely seeing a new horizon, and I mean, a simple example is like, I think, what's his name? That one rapper, he did a fucking video with like a mariachi in it or some shit like that.
So
YG?
Yeah, YG, yeah.
So, I feel like just little things like that, it's almost just showing like, damn, these fools with all the fucking money and ideas they have, look where they're going to now. Yeah. Like, look where they're taking and what they're taking. They're taking our culture. And if I'm not mistaken, I actually didn't see the video. My homie told me about it, but he said that I think they had like a Puerto Rican fool, but then they also had the mariachi. So it's like, it's getting misrepresented still, even though they're coming to our culture, taking it, using it for their videos or whatever it is. I think for me, I'm just like, yo, at least just get it right, because like Puerto Ricans don't do mariachi. That's Mexicans. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? And it's just simple little differences within the Latino culture that I think people are just still lumping together, but I mean, in my opinion, it's getting out there a lot more.
Yeah, slowly. But yeah, like they're breaking those. Well, I mean, the video, I kind of saw part of the video. There's like a gangster party, like a veterano party going on, Okay. And then he comes out kind of like rapping in a mariachi suit. So I mean, it's cool. But in the way, just the fact that they're still showing the gangsters, which I mean, I guess if you say it in a word, it's a stereotype, because not everybody's necessarily like that.
Right.
But I guess you can, the fact that they're bringing it into light, it helps it become more acceptable, I guess. I want to say. But yeah, it's a little progress for sure.
Yeah, because I mean, just with that video, I'm sure it's already like opening up doors for other rappers to probably use some of our culture, and then just that exposes it to other kids who maybe never even knew about it.
Yeah.
And now they're going to want to fuck around and maybe be a mariachi or just whatever other little things you do. They start wanting to fucking Taco Tuesday or Modelo time or whatever it is, like these little things from last year to this year, like that I don't think that was really around, like the Modelo time, the on Instagram they got the food, what is it, what's up food, or was it Sup Fool or Fool's Gone Wild. That's another page,
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, so like that's kind of like just using Latino meme type shit, like
okay.
whatever little funny videos are out there, but it's Latinos. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So
Okay, yeah. So yeah, I've seen maybe not that page, but I've seen the memes like in Spanish or
right.
And they're hilarious, man, because they're representing the culture that you come from. You know?
Exactly.
So and that makes them even funnier.
So that's why, yeah, from last year to this year, like little things like that I
Yeah.
didn't see last year. I'm seeing them this year. So yeah, it's like it's those baby steps. You know, we're making our way, and I mean, the more we just keep pushing, the more we just keep exposing and showing it in the right light.
Yeah.
I think, you know, that's only to our benefit, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. Now, like for you starting, you know, when you first started the music, has your idea of why you started to change since then?
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, because when I first started with the homie, we were just on some like, yo, we're the baddest motherfuckers on the planet.
Yeah.
We're about to rule the world, you know? And I mean, a part of me still wants to rule the world, but I think I also want to help it. And, you know, I think I definitely have transitioned from doing this solely for myself to understanding that although I do it for myself, like it is bigger. You know, people listen to the lyrics, younger kids listen to this. Like I actually have this one fan in particular. I believe I want to say he's no older than 12, dude. He might be younger. But yeah, he stumbled onto my music because of his parents. And, you know, he told me that he really, really enjoys my music. He pointed out a couple songs like the Do or Die track with Kiddo. And he said he liked all the like the third person new stuff. So, you know, it's just like little things like that I start taking into consideration, and it's not that it like now is gearing where my lyrics are going, but I definitely now understand that there's an impact. You know, it's not just like, yo, I'm some rapper and I'm throwing out this mixtape. You know what I mean? It's actually like, this is an album and people are being receptive to it around the world, or even within my own community. You know what I mean? So definitely from being, I think, just about myself, it's bigger than that now.
Yeah. That dude, that's awesome, man. It sounds. I felt like you were just humbling me right now.
Well, I mean, dude, I don't know. It's you know, music.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing when you do it for yourself, and I think that should be the first thing, regardless.
Yeah.
But then seeing past that, and I guess finding a bigger purpose. You know, I think that there's a lot that you can be rewarded with in that.
Yeah, I was looking through some articles earlier today, and one of them came up saying that, like, I mean, basically when hip hop initiated, you know, when it began, like in the, I think late 70s, early 80s, around there, you know, it was because, you know, African Americans have always been disenfranchised from, you know, society in a sense, you know, and so all that, I guess, not resentment, but like internal, like anger, you would say, at what their problems were at that moment. You know, things like, you know, gun violence, gangs, you know, being tracked down by cops because they were doing just fucking random shit.
Right.
And like, basically everybody knows the history of what happened. So, you know, the hip hop was like basically an expression, like a music expression to those socioeconomic problems. Right. To talk about them and to kind of, you know, let other people hear it and then realize that there's a story behind what's going on. So like with that being said, do you feel like hip hop nowadays still represents that? I mean, at least what's mainstream?
Shit, dude. I mean, in a sense, I feel like there's always, like with hip hop, because for me, like I see hip hop and rap as two different things. Although they're within the same bubble, I feel like they're just two different things. But like hip hop itself, I think it does still reflect how the culture now feels, or at least the people who are creating a lot of music. You know, because I mean, being the millennials we are, being introduced to so much at a young age, I feel like, you know, the exposure rate was humongous, and I think that was just due to the way that the information was just open and out there. The internet was pretty much available when we were kids, you know, and we just grew with that. So it's kind of like the crazy things psychologically we may be going through, even if they're subconscious or whatever it is, I feel like that's still expressed in hip hop music, you know what I mean? Although, you know, you can still probably find a lot of like turn up, let's have fun music. There is a lot of like depression and a lot of anxiety and a lot of mental health problems that are being expressed, you know, depending on how you're listening, you know, because somebody who's talking about fucking popping pills all day, dude, you know they got a problem, bro. It's not like they're doing that shit for fun. I mean, maybe they started it like, you know, I think any addict does. It's probably for fun. Yo, you know, just turn up, have a good time. But when it starts becoming something that's taking over you and it gets expressed like that, it could be seen as a certain way when really it's like, nah, dude, this fool's depressed right now. Like, do you not hear this fool? He's saying he needs to take lean every day. He needs to pop pills every day. You know, like.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the biggest arguments is like, you know, it started off as like the trying to, like, as an expression of the socioeconomic stuff that was going on, you know, within the culture. And then from there, it started getting commercialized by, you know, labels and trying to basically repackage what that, you know, street life music was and try to resell it to the youth, you know, and, you know, who's making money off of it at the end? It's the people who are in control. And unfortunately, I'm not trying to say it's only them, but the majority are, you know, white. You know, white people. It's not a bad thing, but the fact that they're basically taking what that expression meant, what it holds, they're just reselling it for their own profits.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And yeah, you're right. It's been like that for, I mean, a while now. Probably fucking from, probably even like the late 80s, but for sure from the 90s. From the 90s on, yeah, it's been like that. And now we're in a very monumental period, I feel like, because of the independent era being so strong, you know. And it kind of stemmed from like the SoundCloud rappers, which then turned into like the YouTube rappers, which now it's kind of like went back to like SoundCloud, but now, dude, it's like almost anyone, bro. You know, you sign up for a certain service and you throw your music on Spotify, no questions asked. You know what I mean? Of course, and with the right promotion, with the right, you know, consistency of you know, getting your shit out there, you get your access to the fucking world is huge, man. Yeah, it's so much easier, definitely. And I mean, that's why I think it's very crucial for people to, and, you know, artists to understand that independent, that's just the way that you should go nowadays, in my opinion. Like, there really is no need for a major. I mean, unless, you know, you maybe try to work out like some distribution, you know, because then that just cuts costs for you, having to invest in CDs or posters, you know, all those things that you're trying to sell, maybe a package or whatever it is, you know what I mean? But for the most part, I mean, also, I guess, kind of spoiled because we're in LA. It's a lot easier to get CDs. You can go get posters, you know, by some fool right here at a print shop. Yeah, and LA is like just is a hub. Exactly. You know, so I mean, I guess that is also a little bias we have out being from LA, but I mean, yeah, dude, I say stay independent, man. Stay independent. Stay independent. Yeah, I mean, because you first of all, you're gonna have a lot of creative freedom, you know, and it's kind of like the podcast. You know, there's nobody really telling you what to say or not to say, so you're in a sense being more honest to. You're just having a more honest conversation rather than being like limited to, you know, whatever the fucking policies are. Right. So it's the same thing with music, I'm assuming, for sure, right? Like, you have to make certain tracks. But I mean, again, like, I think especially like popular, like pop music, maybe country music, not saying that it's not good, but again, I don't think they really carry the weight that hip hop does, in the sense of where it comes from and how much history it holds. Right. Because at the end of the day, I think hip-hop, has, just like you said, just from how it started, why it was even being spoken on, or how it even got created, was just out of a lot of, like, yo, dude, we can't even, there's no other way to hold this in. Yeah. You know, and then, I mean, motherfuckers had rhymes and rhythms, so it's like, shit was undeniable, dude. That's why now it's global. Yeah, you know, hip-hop for sure. is everywhere, man. Yeah, I think at this point it's like the number one genre. I believe for so sure, too. For sure it is. I think I heard it like a few weeks ago too. Talking about a few weeks ago, I had this customer come in at my job probably 2 months ago, and I was playing some like 90s, you know, not, I wouldn't say underground, but for sure like lesser known independent artists, right? So I was just listening to it at work, and she comes in, and she's some German lady, right? She's some really old German lady, and
she comes in, she goes, "Oh God, like, why don't you put some intelligent music on?" And I was like, I used to, obviously I'm not gonna tell her like, "Hey, fuck you," you know. She goes, "Play some classical music," and I was like, "All right, yeah, maybe next time." And you know, she went along and she did her day, but they kind of like just stuck, you know, in my head the rest of the day. And mostly just because of the ignorance it carried, you know. It was like just really ignorant, because there's a lot of music, you know, I can't call myself a hip hop head. I'm a fan of the genre and you know, specific artists, but it's still really ignorant at the fact that, you know, she lumps it, or she has the idea that that type of music is not meant for people of, you know, higher thought or shit. And It's like, what the fuck?
When it's like, I mean, people are still composing.
Yeah.
You have to understand the format of bars, you know, even if it's like you just pick that up musically or whatever it is, you know, somebody you knew fucking listened to a lot of music, like your brain still has to understand that this has to fit here for it to sound good. It's not like, I mean, obviously you have plenty of rappers who fucking don't understand that, and you can hear it, but yeah, that I feel like that wasn't a very intelligent statement.
Yeah, no, for sure. I you know, she was a nice lady. I respect her, but I did kind of lose some respect. I was like, what the fuck? Get out of here.
Right, when it's like, you know, it's always funny when people have to shade shit like that, when they could just say it a completely different way, like, "Oh, hey, would you mind, like, change it?" Or like, she could have said it so many other ways, like, "Oh, do you also listen to like, could have asked about classic music instead of being like, how you said, you know, why don't you listen to something intelligent?" Like, come on, man.
Yeah,
why are you trying to bash
that just shows me too, like, it's not, I don't necessarily blame her for that thought, but it's, you know, because probably she hasn't really listened to or read the lyrics that go along with the music,
right.
You know, because sometimes it's, you know, you're just into the beat and you're just kind of really can't hear what they're saying, and it's like, okay, I don't really know the concept or the context of what this is being said as. So I can maybe see that in her thing. She doesn't listen to it, but I also makes me feel like she doesn't understand the idea of it either, you know. So which is why I brought up the whole like being commercialized, that there's a certain image being sold to the public, you know, like you have fucking money, women, and, you know, but I know that's a type of, like, that's like a subgenre of hip hop, you know, it's gangster rap or whatever you want to call it. So it's an image that you're kind of selling, you know, but
definitely,
does that person necessarily believe it? Who knows? But for sure, it's a market that they're trying to push, and that market's the one that gets implanted in the overall idea of what the culture is.
Yeah, because, like, you know, going back to how you just said of how it got packaged, I think there was just that early 2000s movement for sure that, like, really, really cemented that kind of idea of being a rapper into people's minds. Like, oh, that mean, you know, if you're a rapper, then you're doing this crazy music video with all these models, and you have a sick ass car, you probably got this big old pad, but, you know, it's just, it's perception, it's a front. Most of the time it was just a front, you know, they just get things for a video, make things look crazy, and based off that, people buy into the image, you know.
In your case, like, do you find, like, what am I trying to say here? Like, you're trying to, dude, I had a good question. This always happens in every episode. There's one thought that comes in that I know it's gonna be so good, and I forget.
It's all good, it'll come back.
It was in regards to the music in itself, the fact that, you know, it's been sold at a specific package. I got it. So you creating your music, do you feel like you have like a, not a social, like, you know, air quotes, social responsibility to kind of break through those stereotypes that hip hop holds?
I mean, if I have, I already have, and if I'm abiding, then I'm abiding at this point, you know. I can't say if I have, because I kind of don't even know, because I've always just seen it like I was an underground rapper, and now at this time in my life and my career, I'm feeling like I'm transitioning to creating a sound that is a little bit more publicly attractive. You know what I mean? Because obviously when you're creating what you know is like underground hip hop, you know who you're trying to get. Your demographic is going to be, most of the time, a lot of males, you know, and fools with just like sick ass rhymes, you know what I mean? Grimy, but then See, I don't know. Like, I could say yes, but then I don't know. I could also say no. It's crazy, man. I just feel like I try to package with the most, just be as genuine as I can with everything that I package into the music, you know. And when I stem ideas for however I want it to be perceived, like at least with this new stuff, like third person, you know, we agreed, and it's three of us, three members, and we all agreed, like, with this product, we want to push it to, it seems exclusive. You know, like, you're either in or
it's
you're
a
not.
pretty badass shirt, dude.
Thank you, bro. Yeah, it's
I thought it was a baseball jersey until you pointed the logo out. I was like, oh shit.
Yo, it is a jersey. I just got it. Shouts out Ill Kids. They came through with the stitching.
Sick.
This is I got one, and Rockham has one, and Don't Sleep has one, and that's it.
Yeah.
We only made it for us.
I've noticed, quick diversion here. I noticed that, like, at least from what I've seen in the EOTR YouTube channel, like, the production for the stuff that you guys create, it's like, if it meets expectations, or like what's the word I'm using for it? Exceeds expectations, like in regards to how you produce it, you know. And I think I always value that production. Like, you take that extra step to make your shit look fucking cool. Yeah,
well, thank you. First of all, man, and I just want to shout out Muds, if you're talking about how it looks, and then shout out Mezcal if you're talking about how it sounds, you know, because other than writing songs, they're the ones who hold me down, really bringing it to life, you know what I mean. Muds is just, he's a madman with the camera, dude, and you know, ever since I met him, he's only gotten better equipment. Mezcal, same thing, you know, and I met him, he was super dope, and I mean, now he's at the top of his game. It's dope, man. Like, to give him a product, and then or either of them, you know, give them product, and then it's like they double it and give it back to you, you know what I mean? So, I mean, those two, I think, definitely are like the core for the look and the sound. And, you know, everything else is just, we're just trying to feed into it. Every artist is trying to supply what they can, you know, make better with the visual and the way it sounds sonically, you know.
So what is the third person? Is that, you said that was like a group, right? Is it, so you guys are performing together?
Right. So third person consists of myself, fellow MC Don't Sleep, who's also in EOTR, and Rockham, who's a super producer, man. This fool's crazy. He's been producing for I think probably like 10 plus years for sure. I know 10, but for sure more than that, I think, as well. So yeah, we formed a group under East of the River, and I mean, we decided to make an album. It just kind of started really like with one session, and it was funny because it was at, I think, one of the homies like release shows, and Rockham so happened to be there, and I saw him go over and talk to Don't Sleep, and like I was close enough that I could hear what he was asking him, and I already knew he was probably like hitting him up for a session, and like I low-key just kind of made my way in that conversation and became a part of that session. And then from the very first session, we made a song, and then we just stayed consistent. Like, we started meeting every week, and we would if not make a song, we would get started, and then by the next session, it's like, yo, I got this shit written, what's up?
Okay.
You know, so we were just so fucking consistent that it became to something that I pretty much suggested, like, yo, I think we should do something more than like just call these a couple tracks, and you know, it's saying Mad Macks, Rockham, Don't Sleep. I was like, I think we should just form a group and make it super official, you know, rebrand, or not necessarily rebrand, but, you know, just add on to the branding. I mean, East of the River is already one thing. It's like, why not start these subgroups, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Have it as under an umbrella, per se.
Exactly, man. So, you know, they were all for it, and that's when we pretty much formed Third Person. This was like almost 2 years ago, because I believe one of the first sessions we had was like in September of 2017, and by the time the end of that year, we were already like in talks about we should fucking make a group, you know what I mean? So yeah, dude, it's been a dope beginning. Like, we're barely in phase 1 right now, man. We just dropped our album last month, Rare Stones Volume 1, again, all produced by Rockham. One of my favorite joints to date, man. It was one of those, super easy things to happen. Like I said, every session was just so simple to just write. We just vibed out. Like, no, there was never any point of forcing anything. And yeah, man, it's just something really dope. Y'all should check out Third Person. It's everywhere: YouTube, Spotify. You know what I mean? We got two? I think we have 2 videos out right now. We got one more about to drop, and then we're gonna work on a couple more.
Damn, so you guys are ready. Like you said about consistency, you guys are just working at it.
Yeah, man, because at least like for me especially, it's something that I think this is one of the first times that I've been able to like form a group like this and really see the vision like all the way through. Yeah, you know what I mean? And now that I feel like we've gained some pretty good momentum, I don't want to stop, man. It's just, it's been dope. Like I was telling them when we finally got our physicals, this was barely like I think a week ago. We finally got the physicals after having the audio for almost a whole year. Like we had the audio for the album done for almost a whole year, and it was everything else we're getting ready before the album, the videos, the fucking CD covers, posters, pins, all the little merchandise. So like to be able to hold that album last week was really like
the physical CD, everything, right?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. It was momentous. It was momentous for me, and it's just a really, really good feeling when you create something in your mind and then you're holding it in your hand. Yeah, you know, it's beautiful, man. So like I said, y'all need to peep Third Person. We're gonna be actually out in San Francisco at the end of the month at the Boom Boom Room. I believe there's a lot of history been cracking for a while, so we're excited for that, man.
Dude, that's sick. I like hearing when people stay consistent with their work, you know? Like it's just because it can be really hard to be consistent, you know. You get to have like these doubts, while you're producing something or you're trying to create something, and those doubts can, they're either gonna kill your dream or at least kill that whatever the fuck you're working on, right? Or it's going to give you that like energy to say, you know what, nah, fuck that, I can do way better than that. Yeah, and that part there, it's scary, but it's that it gives you like new life to whatever the hell you're doing, it's just like, oh fuck. So when I hear people talk about it like invigorates my energy to be like, I'm gonna keep going too, and I think that's cool because I don't think we all get the chance to really hear it often, because everybody's doing their own thing, into your own stuff, to your own thoughts, that you don't really come across listening to other people's how they grew, how they what am I saying, man? I'm high. Me but too. Fucking they what their path was, in this case how you've kind of evolved as in the last 10-12 years that you say you've been working at it. So I think it's really cool hearing those stories. Yeah, I mean, one thing I definitely just want to end what you're saying with is being proud of your gains, dude, because it's so important to just recognize, regardless of how fucking small or minor or extraordinary it is, just to be grateful. You know what I mean? Like, yo, I was a step lower yesterday, but I took another step up. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, just like anything, bro, you think of like a little caterpillar. It gets in its cocoon. It's like it doesn't become a butterfly in one fucking night, one day. It's a process, you know what I mean? But by the time that process finally happens, it's a butterfly. It's out into the fucking world, forgetting it was even, somebody just crawling on the floor, So just be proud of your little gains, because they add up to big gains at the end of the day. The more you just keep taking them, chipping away at it. Yeah, I think especially because since we're in a culture now of like instant gratification, you kind of want everything to you want to be where you want to be right now. Like, and people get so shook when things don't go their way. Oh my god, like that's one thing I think I definitely had to maneuver around, of course learn, but it's just life. Like things don't always go our fucking way, dude. Things don't always go our way, and that's okay. Just learn how to adjust, adapt, and keep moving forward, man. Dude, for sure. Yeah, no, it's really unfortunate because I know it's hard. It could be really hard, I'm not perfect, and it happens to me too, like there's moments where I just have like you just want to quit, dude. And then then what? You start all over from phase 1 and whatever else you're gonna start doing.
Yeah.
Which is always cool to start if you need to.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, come on, man. Like, you're already putting a lot of work into one thing. You know, you just keep at it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's that instant gratification, man. Like it's a whole new culture at this point.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, but it's in a way cool when you have information being at your disposal whenever you want, like music, videos, information. But that's not gonna bring that self growth that you need. You know?
I mean, because you could look up all the little facts, but you know, if you ain't actually learning things or you know, taking it that little step further, then there's really no point. And I think that's just what happened with instant gratification. It's just so easy to be like, oh, I can look up these facts. So easy. But then it's like, where do they go?
Exactly. Damn, dude. Well, I think, how much time do we have here left, Dre? Just
You still have 20 minutes.
Oh, sweet. Okay. I wanted to go over some of your tracks here on YouTube.
For sure.
For those people who are watching right now.
Yeah, it was crazy. I saw that the article you had it on.
Yeah. Oh, this one here?
So it says, keep in mind when brothers start flexing the verbal skills, it always reflects what's going on politically, socially, and economically.
Yep.
And those are some strong words from a man by the name of Davey D, who on some fucking just crazy, I don't even know how to explain other than that. And we 2 years ago went on a tour. We met a homie who was going to SFSU at the time, taking a class called Intro to Hip Hop, I believe, or Hip Hop Philosophy. And the dude who was teaching the class was this guy right here, Davey D.
Shit, for reals?
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
So when I saw that quote and who was by, I'm just like, yo, that's amazing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, I mean, it's those little things. You know, I think it just, you know, you need to be able to break down where things come from, you know? It's the same thing with hip-hop. Like, again, like we were saying, how it just carries that bad energy, you know? People just have, like, this conception of it that's just related to fucking other stuff that's not relatable to.
Right.
And, you know, at some point, maybe 10 years ago, I was the same, you know, I felt the same way. You know, but it wasn't until you actually start hearing what's going on, like he's saying, in the verbal skills, in the wordplay, that you start realizing that, wait a second, there's a message to what's being said, and there's double meanings, there's metaphors, and there's hidden truths in there if you're really trying, you know, to pay attention. You know? Yeah,
had the opportunity to meet him, dude. It was really cool. Yeah,
sick.
So we actually got to meet. We sit in on a class, and when he finished up his lesson, it was me, Mescal, Don't Sleep, and then another dude by the name Willie Hayes. We all pretty much like just spit some acapellas, man.
Oh shit.
It was dope, you know. We just got to like.
It was like a one-day thing, or
plant a seed in the mind of those kids. But yeah, it was just like a one-day thing because we were out there for tour to perform. Yeah. And like I said, the homie we had just met him like that fucking time we were up there for the show, and he was like, "Oh, I'm taking this class. You guys should just come check it out. I'm pretty sure it'd be cool if you did." So we went in, sat down. It was cool, you know. He was giving a little history lesson on hip hop, and then shit. He told us do something for the class. Yeah. So shouts out Davey D, man. I was able to give him my album. Hopefully he still got that.
Oh shit, dude, that's already fucking cool as fuck.
Yeah. So it's just small world, very small world. It's just crazy of all like articles you could have pulled up. Like it was
right, and it comes out with Davey D on it.
You know what I mean?
Damn. No, that's cool. There's always a little those little hints like, hey, keep going.
Dude, I watch baseball, so. If you watch baseball or like you listen on the radio throughout the games, the commentators are just dropping all these little random facts, dude. So I love little random facts, you know what I mean? That's why, I don't know.
Like in between the plays and all that stuff?
Yeah, man. I don't know. Something about it is fascinating to me, you know, just knowing stuff about people. Yeah. Because, I mean, how else are people going to find out these things, you know? And those little things make us all unique. You know, and it adds to the story of like, yeah, no, this fool went through some shit at one point in his life, but look, now he's here now. Like,
yeah, exactly.
You know, that's kind of like
people are in there and they're like, oh, there's somebody else in this with me, you know?
Right.
So
exactly.
Yeah. So I mean, I at the end, like, kind of like full circle. It's like that the whole idea of just trying to share the experiences, and then just get like realize that you're not alone and that you could ask for help.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, here you go, David D. People can check that out later on today, or use rewind to listen to it.
Yeah.
Let's showcase some of your music, man. Let's see. Would it be easier to search under just
videos?
Videos here.
Click videos.
Videos.
So you could play the latest one. We got that Brimlow right there.
This one here.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
We've been smoking, so this is a vibe, you know. We're faded. If you're listening, tuned in, pull out them blunts, pull out them joints, pack a bowl, take a dab, and turn this shit up real quick.
Let's give you a small preview here. Third person, Brimlow. Oh shit, I didn't press play. Oh fuck.
Shouts out Muds behind the lens.
And it's just one of those days. Yeah, and it's just one of those days where I wanna get away from everything. Yeah.
Cut. Right now, yeah. Whoa, you mean like, what do you mean? Oh yeah.
I got my hat brim low. All I see is the ground and water falling from the clouds. I just play the music louder so this voice inside my head could turn down for a while I power walk on the other side of town, and I'd rather not disclose location, cause whack hatred is really on the rise lately. I go wherever my car take me. Take a hit, let me dilate you as I drift with my mind racing. Lady, I don't chase the vibe, I let the vibe chase me. Mad Macks up in the spot cooking. Couple blocks from that old Brooklyn, dropping heat while we blow cushion. Will I ever get my soul taken? Probably, but I won't feel pain by then, cause pain is in the body. It's dangerous around me. Get into the crib, I start to question my surroundings and wonder what's next. Turn my phone off, don't wanna be bothered by a text. Really, I just wanna hit eject and leave the west. Find a place where my seeds could rest, in a country where the weed's the best. Smoke my loud, please don't let them know my town. Backyard full of trees that I grow by pound. As a boy he would hoe around, but this boy's now a man here to hold you down. As I throw my crown, cause it really doesn't matter to me who's king now. Got my queen on smiles, but it's back to reality that's not right now, baby.
I just wanna get away. That don't mean that I'm trying to escape. Rather roam another place that ain't surrounded by the hateful. Misplaced emotions, got a feeling ungrateful. Still my face is extra cheesy, cause I'm doing what I said it will, but none of them believe me. None of this for TV, just underground heads who play this and unknowingly provide the energy that feeds me. To keep it going in this madness, remember I'm Mad Macks, so how does that make?
I'm like, everybody's not ready, dude. That was pretty cool, dude. I like the shot. I like the cuts. Like,
yeah, Muds, I'm telling you, this was crazy, man. He's crazy. And what's dope about this video is, dude, we actually shot it like, I want to say maybe like March, like mid-March, and somehow we caught rain, like, you know, because Cali's been a little strange this year. The weather's been strange this year.
Today, yesterday, and like a day ago before, it was fucking fresh,
right, dude? I was low-key dying today, man. Fuck, hit the 90s, I think, today.
Yep. It's gonna go like that for the next 2 months, man. I don't know how I'm gonna do it.
Back to summer. Gotta go to the beach, man. Hey, but to be honest, I got a pool, so I ain't tripping that much.
Just spend the day there.
Yeah, man. I didn't work yesterday, and shit, I was actually in the pool, lounging. So yesterday was a perfect day. Although I would have switched it for today, because today was a lot hotter, I think. I was fucking dying, to be honest, man.
Yeah, even the AC was on at my job, and it just feels humid at that point. It's like, oh, fuck. But with that being said, man, we're going to go ahead and start wrapping it up. I have some other guys coming in a little bit.
Cool.
With that being said, again, where can we find you on Instagram, man?
Oh, easy, man. Mad Macks. Make sure you spell it MADMACKS. Follow Who Is Third Person. Follow EOTR Network. Just keep up with the story, man. We're so far from done, man.
Yeah.
Third Person, we're barely in phase 1. You know, we're about to hit you with some more fresh shit. Stay tuned for more videos that about to drop. We got a new single dropping in July. A lot of good stuff, man. I'm really excited, man. So
sick, man. And people can find your music videos under the EOTR network?
Yeah, so just youtube.com/c/EOTR network. That's usually the easy one for me. EOTR network channel.
All right, cool.
Just slide under videos and you'll catch it all, man. Yeah.
Well, sounds good, man. Well, dude, thank you so much for coming out. It was fun. You know, it's a little high and warm in here, but we did it.
Yeah, man. We cool. We stoned.
Thank you for the joint and for the water. Super Audio Network.
Yes.
Make sure to follow them. And then you can find the podcast on Spotify, YouTube, iTunes, SoundCloud, all those good spots. And thank you again, Mad Macks, for coming out. It was a pleasure.
Thank you, bro.
Thanks, man. Everybody, check out the next episode. Peace.
I meditated, both feet lifted off of the street. You know we take them to the max before we rock them to sleep. Till the sarcophagus, a bed of my esophagus weak. Steady stomping on the head of every boss I defeat.
Peak game, holy dang, but our heart thing free. Super Kama Sutra when I talk on the beat. Rock 'em, don't sleep, Mad Macks, that's third person. Serve a third of a verse and still got your girl lurking.
And that's for certain, lock the door and close the curtain. So determined with these urges, you were sleeping, we were working. Every week I'm in the booth, murking. He let the truth surface, think they know my moves, but they don't. That's the juke's purpose.
That's why I spew worse, new and improved versions. My old catalog is done, cause I'm a new person. Speaking in third person, repeat the theme, yeah. We ain't from this world, came to learn and observe.
Even the sun goes down, heroes eventually die. Your favorite rappers often lie, and sometimes why? Nothing's set in stone, and nothing is for certain. And nothing lasts forever, but until they close the curtain, we still searching, telling life in third person. We still searching, we still searching. What do I write for? To catch the type of vibe that I've been searching all my life for. To find someone attracted to my life force. To bridge the gap between the distant past and modern times with this mic cord. On the right course, encountered demons when the kid tried. Voice quite hoarse from all the screaming on the inside. Leaning, perfectly balanced on the thin line. Never could they fill his heart with malice, though it's been tried.
What do I rhyme for?
Tell 'em.
To be the kind of man hip-hop searched a whole life for. To scrap the false facts of my life source. To redefine the very nature of my people. Shift them to the light, Lord. I'm a light more than a meanness, you just in time. Broke to go when I broke and go, that's in time. Chillin', inertia don't answer the kid mind. Only thing left is get him seeing past the skin tight.
The sun goes down, heroes eventually die. Your favorite rappers often lie, and sometimes why? Nothing's set in stone, and nothing is for certain. And nothing lasts forever, but until they close the curtain, we still searching, telling life in third person. We still searching, we still searching.